Dragon Challenge is a B&M inverted roller coaster, once located at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. And the reason why I say once located is because Dragon Challenge was removed in 2017. Today I will be reviewing this awesome defunct B&M inverted roller coaster. So Dragon Challenge was an awesome B&M inverted roller coaster. I preferred the Hungarian Hortonel side over the Chinese Fireball side just because I thought the Hungarian Hortonel side was more intense and I liked the inversions better on that one. And that's a very unpopular opinion because most people say the Chinese Fireball side was better. However, I thought the Hungarian Hortonel side was better. The Cobra roll on Hungarian Hortonel was awesome. I love B&M Cobra rolls. They're awesome. They're very intense. The Cobra rolls are probably my favorite inversion on B&M coasters. Dragon Challenge was just a really good ride. Both sides, the inversions were very whippy on both sides. One of the coolest parts of this ride is how the loops were literally right in front of each other, because it looked like the train was about to ram into the other loop. Fortunately, I rode it when it wasn't dueling, so unfortunately both trains weren't going like right at each other. But it still looked like you were about to hit the loop with the other train, which I thought was a really cool part of this ride. Even though the ride wasn't dueling, I still thought this ride was a really fun ride. Now, when it was dueling dragons, it looked a lot better because both trains dueled, and also the logo for the old sign, like it had the two dragons of fire and ice side, looked really cool. When it was Dragon Challenge, it just kind of had a plain entrance. The theming wasn't that good, but I don't really care about the theming on a ride. I usually just care about the ride itself, and I just thought Dragon Challenge was a really awesome ride. Even though it didn't duel, I still found this ride to be very intense, super smooth. It was just a really, these two B&M inverts were really good, and I really enjoyed them. So now it's time we take a ride on the dragons. So let's start off with the Chinese Fireball side. You first whip down this drop, which is a really good drop. Then you go through this Innoman, which is really good too. You get whipped in the back road, definitely. Then you go over an airtime hill. This hill didn't provide too much airtime, but you could get some airtime if you're in the back row. Then you go through another Innoman, which is also really good. And right here is actually a pretty forceful moment. Then you go right through this loop, and it literally looks like you're about to slam right into the other loop, which is really cool. Then make a turn right here, and then whip through this corkscrew. This is probably my favorite part of the Chinese Fireball side. That corkscrew was insane. You then go through this straight section track before whipping through another corkscrew. And then you hit the brake run. So now let's ride the Hungarian Hortonel side. So this is my favorite side of Dragon Challenge. First, you whip down this drop. You actually get some airtime if you're in the back row. Well, both sides give airtime if you're in the back row. Then you go through this helix here. This part isn't that forceful, but it's still fun. Then you go through the zero-G roll. Now this part's awesome. That was super whippy and very smooth. The Cobra roll was by far my favorite part on Hungarian Hortonel side and on both sides of Dragon Challenge. It was super whippy and very intense. And then you go through a vertical loop where it seems like you're about to fly into the other loop. And then you make a turn here, and then go right through this corkscrew, which is another one of my favorite parts on this ride because the corkscrews were awesome on this ride. Then you kind of just meander around at this part, and then you go into the brake run. So yeah, and for Dragon Challenge final score, I'm going to get the Hungarian Hortonel side a 8.9 out of 10, and the Chinese Fireball an 8.8 out of 10. Both of these rides were really good. They literally rank one spot apart on my rankings. Chinese Fireball is 30 and Hungarian Hortonel is 29. So both of these coasters are pretty close to each other. Dragon Challenge is my fourth favorite B&M invert. The B&M inverts I prefer over it are Tao in the Grip of Fear at Dorney Park, Batman the Ride at Six Flags Great Adventure, and Alpengeist at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. However, I do prefer Dragon Challenge over Great Bear at Hershey Park. Dragon Challenge was just a really awesome ride, and when they were removed, I was pretty sad that they were removed because this ride was very unique, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that is my review on Dragon Challenge at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. Tell me your thoughts on this defunct B&M inverted roller coaster. Also, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you all next time. Keep coasting on my coaster demons. Peace out.